everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Let's just see what's flying out here. Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Moon, and the Five of Wands reversed. Moving on from heavy energy, the Spirit just telling me. 1029, Spirit's telling me. Spirit wants me to say this right off the bat. So angel numbers are, we always think that we need to be seeing repeating numbers all the time in order for it to be a message, but Spirit's saying that is just them trying to get you one message. But if you are always moving through energy and changing, then the messages will change all the time. So you might just feel guided to glance at a number, 1029, 503, if you want to Google those. I feel like they have a message for you. Change and endings, yeah. And wow, that energy. So the energy will come. It will be kind of like a little portal. Wow. Sorry, there's a blinding energy coming through right now. So angels will if you ask a question or you're have something on your heart, the angels will send a message to you through angel numbers. And if you just tune into the frequency of that number, so just see how it makes you feel, it'll give you the answer that you're looking for. It'll change how you feel, okay? And when you change how you feel, the situation changes, right? You lighten up, you get your clarity, and you remember. I'm just trying to figure out why this is coming through so intensely right off the bat here. There's a portal opened here. I'm feeling such an emotional energy coming through. So somebody's energy is so raw right now. You are having a breakthrough. Okay, that's what it is. You're having a breakthrough that is so powerful. It's oh my gosh, it's you've touched God, you talked to God, you felt God. Recently, I'm feeling I feel last night, it feels. I'm not sure when this lunar eclipse is. I think there's a lunar eclipse coming up, but I feel an energy drawn to you from the moon. So, and yeah, we got the moon card. Yeah, you're in your raw feminine energy right now, Spirit is telling me. And I'm feeling you're crying a lot, but it feels like a really beautiful, pure energy of, it's not going to be for everybody, obviously. Of just finally, you're repenting. I don't even know what that means exactly, but what I picture is in religion, you kind of get reborn again, and you get your sins kind of purged off you and cleaned off you. And I feel that for you. You've touched God in a way that has made you remember who you truly are, and that you are a pure, beautiful, kind, genuine, sweet, caring, compassionate soul. And all of this grief is coming out of you right now, of feeling I can't believe it. I can't believe I am good. I can't believe I am worthy. I can't believe that I am deserving. And it's just you're just in this raw feminine energy of self acceptance, just self love. And it's just because of God, right? Because God, you felt the love of God. And when you feel the love of God, and that's what this angel number came through here was, you change. It changes you because you feel the love that God feels for you, and that changes the way you feel about yourself. Wow. Wow. Oh, this energy is crazy. Okay, so your heart chakra just like got like ripped in half. That's what I'm feeling. It's not even like it's like a rip. Oh, the garbage truck's coming. Yes, emptying out all of that energy, throwing it in the garbage, all of that shame-based energy. Okay, this is a big message here. We have this fear of like dark energies, low energies, the devil, demons, and like none of that stuff is real. Okay, and I want to really like, I'm gonna be the person, this is probably like why I'm here, is to teach people that that's not real. Like when you go through spiritual awakenings and stuff, that stuff feels real, but it only exists in your egoic mind, which is a false reality. Okay, your egoic mind is, you have your authentic self, which exists in pure light, and then you have the egoic mind, which is an illusion of who you think you are. So when you are in that frequency, what you believe feels like it's real, but it's just your limited beliefs creating false fear and in a reality that actually doesn't exist. And that's kind of hard to explain when you're trapped in it. You always hear like fear is false evidence appearing real, but what the heck does that mean? When you're in your light, we experience fear, we experience everything authentically. As long as it's coming from your heart, it is authentic. We have authentic fear, we have authentic shame, we have authentic guilt, we have authentic judgment, we have authentic criticism, we have authentic jealousy, we have authentic envy, we have authentic selfishness, we have authentic everything in our authentic self is real, is ours. So if we feel selfish sometimes, that is our authentic self feeling selfish. But you have to rip away the truth from the false. And this is maybe what you're in your journey right now. So we have a tendency to do an all or nothing, black and white kind of thinking. So we either take all the truth or none of the truth. But the truth is that there's truth and false inside of every single thing. And if you're on a quantum level, inside of every single energy. So the feeling of selfishness, there's truth in being selfish, and there's false in being selfish. And you have to pull out the authentic part that comes from your heart in order to strip away the shadow. And when you start to strip away the shadow, you step out of the shadow, and then you can see the shadow separately, which is what we call someone being awake. And then you can start to release the shadow as a part of who you think you are. And the more you do this, the more fine-tuned things start to become. And the more fine-tuned things become, the more authentic you shine. And then life just becomes more and more of a natural representation of your inner state. There's just something there that I want to like really finite explain so that I can feel that you understand it. I'm just gonna open the window here. I got the car off and it's like hot. Okay, I'm just gonna tune into you right here. You. Can you feel me? This is for you. And I want you to get this. Angel number 503. Like do a quick Google. Just like pause the video, do a quick Google. Let me know what it tells you. Google AI. If you're not using AI for the benefits of its truth, you're missing out, okay? It is not all bad, it is not all good. There is good within it, just like there's good with anything, and it can help you. It can help you accelerate so much. I find AI can be the compassionate voice that I need to help me regulate myself when I'm feeling really hard on myself. When my shame is talking, okay, this is what Spirit was going to talk about. Your shame, okay? Your shame is what blocking you. This is the last stage here, and I feel this is definitely connected to yesterday's video with the divine path. And I think all my videos will be slightly connected, so you can kind of watch them in sequence, but they will all be timeless. So you might be going through this energy in a completely different time. Oh, I'm feeling this like on my heart. Okay, so your shame is still in your identity. You still identify with your shame. Okay? Your shame is the voice of the devil, is the voice of demons. When your shame has convinced you long enough that you're bad and unworthy and inherently wrong in some way, you will have internalized that and then started to create your reality based on that belief. So now you're creating reality based on the fact that you are inherently bad and that you deserve to be punished. Okay, that's it. That's for you. Listen to that, and I just need you to hear that. Okay, you have been punishing yourself. Wow. I just need to take a second. That is like breaking my heart in millions of pieces right now. I am like, I don't know what is happening right now. It's like, if I could just hug that energy, give you a hug, and like give you a God's hug. Like, you know, I just want to just hug you with God. If you're feeling this, let's just sit here, okay? If you're feeling this from those words, let's just sit here for a second. Okay, so the devil speaks when we start to listen to our shame, when we start to internalize the fact that we think, not the fact, the belief that we think we are bad, okay? So now we allow our shame to dictate our reality. When we allow the devil to dictate our reality by listening to our shame, which is the frequency. It's a frequency. It's not a place or a person or anything. It's a frequency. It's a false frequency. It is the illusion of a frequency, I should say. It's like a static radio. There's no actual radio station on that channel. It's just static. So you start to listen to the devil, and the devil's, in your ear, whispering to you all the things that are good or bad about you and why you should or shouldn't do what you are supposed to do. And then the more you create from that voice, the more shame you have, right? And now, so you might have a limited belief that you're unworthy and people will abandon or reject you unless you people please them or do things to make them like you. Maybe this was sexually. Maybe you gave sexual intimacy towards people because you knew that would make you valuable in some way to them and make them need you. This creates the energy of lust. Okay, fear of intimacy, energy of lust. Those are the exact same thing, black and white. Inside of them is true authentic desire. When they're out of balance, they become lust and a fear of intimacy. So you will simultaneously be bouncing between fear of intimacy and lust, fear of intimacy and lust. But you've now done many things that has caused your shame to convince you that you're bad. So now that energy has gotten really, really repressed, okay? Because it's being avoided and it's just being shoved down. The energy of true desire is being repressed because you're not allowing yourself to feel it. So you're feeling you're doing it out of obligation for other people or whichever way. So now that little repressed energy of desire is becoming the energy of lust. And the longer it's repressed in there, the more dark it gets. And it's the repression of energy. It turns into a little black hole, like a little wormhole inside of you, because There's no light getting to it because it's not real. Okay? So then when you tune into that energy, it will feel like a demon. It will. And you can experience that through your dreams, through your feelings. When the energy's around you, you can feel it. You know, that dark home, that energy stuck in there can make you feel like it's the same thing. And any energy that doesn't move is dark energy, but it's just the absence of energy, and it's not anything that can hurt us. Okay, it can hurt us by being afraid of it. So, because then we're in service of it, rather than being curious about why it's there. So when I first started awakening, I had to go through literally the 7 deadly sins without me having any actual knowledge of any of this. This was just something that happened to me. I had to, every time the energy of lust was triggered, I know your higher self is always working through you. Even if you think it's your shadow, you're having opportunities through your shadow by creating situations where these repressed energies are triggered. So the energy of lust gets triggered, which is for lots of people, it's not really lust. It's just the fear of lust or the fear of intimacy. But people just think it's lust, but it's the fear of lust, essentially, for most people. You have to sit with that feeling without acting on it, without, fawning any of the earth, water, air, and fire survival mechanisms. Flight, air, fight, fire, fawn, earth, freeze, water. Without doing any of those, you have to just sit there and allow that energy to consume you. And it's terrifying the first time, especially if you have some little demons in there, right? And that doesn't mean that you're a demon. It just means you have repressed energy that we call demon, but it's just very, very repressed energy that's very, very loaded, okay? And it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna trigger you. So you have to sit there and allow it to come over you, and then it will leave. It will come, it will shake your whole room, and then it will leave. And then the next time you do that, it's lighter and lighter and lighter. And then you've beat one of the 7 deadly sins. And you might have to do that with all the 7 deadly sins. And their light counterpart, their false light counterpart of the fear of that. So you either have, I should say, in the most easiest way, you either have lust or the fear of lust. You either have gluttony or the fear of gluttony. You either have envy or the fear of envy. Okay, you're either a martyr or, either an angel or a devil. You're neither. You're in the middle. You're God. God frequency is the frequency of 0. It is the frequency of neutrality and balance. It is all things at once. It is, I feel sexual desire, but I don't always feel sexual desire. That is healthy desire. And it is safe for me to feel sexual desire. It is healthy and is normal. Okay? And that can be a long, long wormhole. I've started healing my sacral chakra 7 years ago, and I'm still working on it. Yes. So, paying attention to when you're being guided by your shame. Okay? All the other woohoo stuff, we don't really need to know about it. We can bring it into psychological terms and ground it into this physical reality by learning psychology, okay? The rest is existing simultaneously. It is not one or the other. But the most visceral way to get in touch with your inner state is through psychological understanding of yourself. Okay? You are doing energetic work, but you will do it the best when you are grounding it into the physical reality. Through spirituality and science, psychology, it blends them in a way that is so pure, and you will be able to feel that when you're going through that research. Heidi Priebe on YouTube is like one of the best. I can tell she's intuitive. She doesn't say that she is, but she explains this collective psychology, like collective mind. And she's like doing new videos, and it's always relevant to what's kind of happening, but all of her videos are relevant. And the way she explains it, she touches on the really raw points that we just don't get anywhere else. So check her out. I love her so much. Okay. Or just kept me airbag. Yes, okay, so they're bringing me back to your like raw experience with God. I feel that you've recently had, and obviously that's very specific for somebody, but here I am. Yeah. So you're in this raw, vulnerable state, and you're just like letting every feeling happen. So true enlightenment happens is when we feel every one of our feelings. Okay? That's when pure enlightenment happens. No fear of feeling our feelings. And when we get in touch with our feelings more and more, we can remove the limiting beliefs that keep us from feeling all of our feelings. Okay, you. 503. You are shifting. You are shifting right now at a massive rate because of this experience with God. You are shedding. Yeah, so Spirit's telling me the airbag and the horn. There's two little symbols there. And what I see is like the judgment horn. Sounding. And you falling onto an airbag. So it's like you finally surrender and then you fall. Like, okay. She's learned. She learned. She broke the matrix. She broke the illusion. Now she's falling into reality on a cushy white cloud where you surrender. Okay, there's another whole message here. Quickly. Now that you're surrendering, you are no longer looking for the next step before you step. Okay, this is a little bit nerve-wracking for some people. This happened to me last night in my dream. When you surrender to God's path, which I talked about yesterday, you then live on trust. It is essentially blind trust, and I know that can be like I don't want to that can be really bad if you're like not in the right place. I'm just gonna, let's see. Do I need to say that? No, I don't need to say that because I've already laid out the work to get to this point. It's blind trust in that you know that you're safe to walk. You know. So you know you're safe to trust. It's the absolute sovereignty of faith and trust. And you walk out onto the cloud without any stone. You just walk onto the cloud. The cloud is light. God will give you anchor points. This and this. You need this and this in your life. Go this way. The rest is up to you. You will be co-creating with God in the direction of your highest self on your divine path. But you don't need to be constantly seeking God, because you will be with God on your path. You are the high priestess. You know. Once you merge with God, this is it. Once you merge with God, you'll be able to walk with God. You will not need to constantly seek God, because God will be with you, within you. Not even within you. God's always within you, but you will now embody God. You will embody God in the way you be within and without. So you will be on a cloud, on an airbag, and you will have room to move. Right now, okay, this is it. Right now, your path has been getting narrower and narrower and narrower, and your anxiety has been on hypervigilant, high alert, because it knows it's about to, like, there's no airbag, there's no buffer room. You are on the wrong path, and it is leading nowhere but a dead end. You know this. I'm saying this because you already have figured this out. And you know the things that you're holding on to that you shouldn't be. That you thought you needed, that you thought your limited beliefs made you believe you needed. And that you got so stuck on that you couldn't let go. Okay? And the path has got narrow and narrow, and it's like, oh. And so you have to be hypervigilant for survival, because that is survival. Because you're removing your light. So when there's no light around you, there's no airbag. So death is imminent. I'm sorry, that might freak somebody out, but I don't feel like it will, because it's true. And it's not something we have to be afraid of. It's just that's why you're hypervigilant, because you're like, oh, death is nearby. And it is, because there's no light. And now you've been course corrected on your path, where it's gigantic. Before, you were like on a millimeter. Like you were like tightrope walking, and it was like, oh, one way or the other, you're gonna fall off. Chances are 50-50. And now you've moved on to God's path, finally letting go, cutting this rope, I feel, to this path. And it is, oh my gosh, infinite. Now that you're on this path, you don't have to be hypervigilant. You know the direction of the path that you're on, which includes self-love and self-care, self-prioritization. I've talked about this 2 videos ago. I care about myself enough to do what I need to do. This is for somebody specific. If you're in a toxic relationship or an unharmonious relationship, God is telling me this for you. You do not need to know who the villain is, or if there is a villain. All you need to know and remember is that you want respect, trust, care, appreciation, and even admiration and honor. You want those. And you deserve those. You deserve those. Those are, of course you want those. Those are the most natural things to want. You are living in a reality where you have to suppress those things, and therefore put up a guard to constantly defend your worth. When you let go of the need to constantly prove yourself and shift into the path of least resistance, that is all you will need to do to remember you will never go back there. You will never go back to feeling you need to struggle, that feeling you need to prove yourself, to feeling like you're on a stage and being consistently ridiculed, that your every move you have to question or doubt because you're not sure if you're doing it good enough in comparison to somebody else's opinion, you will never go back there once you realize how easy it can be. Remember this, okay? Watch this segment every single time the loop starts and you start to doubt yourself and question yourself and wonder if it's you or them or the situation or you. No matter what, it is not okay. When you choose the path of least resistance, you grow through love, not through the resistance of love. When something is challenging, it feels good. It doesn't feel hard. You don't have to doubt yourself and constantly be on eggshells worrying about doing something wrong, because you are surrounded by the people who actually care about you and the reality that can support you. There's nothing wrong with you and you do not need to change. You just need to step into the reality that accepts all of you for exactly who you are. And then you find love. And then you find love. When the chains of codependency get broken, when you walk the divine path, you find your divine counterpart because you are your divine self. And then you get your son. I'm taking you and I'm shaking you. You do not need to be punished anymore. No, 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 no. Go this way. Go this way now. The people who are meant for you will always, always uplift you. They won't react in anger and blame you for your insecurity. They will be there with you with your insecurity. And that will help you grow. You do not need judgment and punishment and harsh to grow. That is the opposite of growth. You just grow your shame body and start shoving yourself into a corner. That's it. That's the message. We got it out. I feel you believe me. And I'm so, so proud of you and grateful. I'm even proud. Proud is such a diminishing word. I'm just like, fuck yeah. Good job. You fucking did it. Woo. Okay. Bye-bye.